Hey y'all, I am getting ready to make some herbal infused oils, and I thought that I would show you how it's done. We use our herbal infused oils to make salves and things, you know, just for the skin, soothing, to use, you know, if anybody has a scrape or a bug bite or something like that, we could use it on it as the ointment to help with that, to promote healing and just help your body take care of the problem. Before I get started, I just want to point out I have several books here that I have found to be very inspirational to me. I have my first herbal book was The Homesteader's Herbal Companion by Amy Fuel over at the Fuel Homestead. You can check out her website as well as her YouTube channel, and I will link to these books in the description. They are all on Amazon, but this is an awesome book for all of you homesteaders out there. It just helps you to know what you can use, how you can use it, just some of the basic herbs that are really great to utilize in your home and your homestead. So that's one of my go-to books. And then I also have two books by Rosemary Gladstar, who's a renowned herbalist. And this one is her beginner's guide, and this is one that has herbal recipes. I actually just got this for Christmas, so I haven't gotten to dig into it a whole lot, but from what I've looked at, just thumbing through, it's pretty awesome. Lots of information and lots of recipes for really great stuff. Couple other resources that I really like is Healing Harvest Homestead, and that is my friend Heidi. She is just a wealth of information about herbs and natural remedies, things like that. Her website is a huge inspiration to me. She's like to consider her a good friend of mine, and so I go to her, you know, I message her with questions about herbalism and things like that as I'm aspiring to learn more. And she also makes lots of soap. I'm going to be making soap soon and getting into that, so I'm really excited. And another one is Simple Life Mom. It's Kelly Cable, and she has a really great blog with all kinds of soap information. She has an Etsy store where she sells her products as well. So those are just some really good resources, and I will link them below. There's a ton of information out there, lots of other resources, and I'm not trying to leave anybody out or not, you know, suggest anybody. Those are just specifically the ones that I find myself going to all the time. So I'm going to infuse these herbs, and it's really simple. You can infuse herbs a couple different ways with oil. I'm going to use the quick method because I need to be able to utilize these pretty quickly. I'm running low on some, so I'm going to go ahead and just do the quick, which is heating at a low temperature. Hey baby, you coming in the house? Okay, I'm making a video. You want to help me? Okay, he's gonna help me. Anyway, by heating the oil and the herb at a low temperature, you're not cooking them, but you are pulling out the properties in them. So that's the way I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put them in the oven. I've got the oven preheated to 300 degrees. I don't want to keep it at that. What I'm going to do is put the herbs in the jars, cover them with the oil, place them on a pan, and keep putting them in the oven for about 3 hours. That's usually about the time it takes to pull all of the medicinal properties out of the herbs. All right, I have a little helper. Can you say hi, little helper?
Hi.
Jakey. Anyway, so that's going to be my quick method. Traditionally, or to do it, you know, a different way, you would do the same thing. You would fill your jar with your herbs, and you put your oil in, and then you put a lid on it, and you would set it in a sunny spot and shake it every day, and you would leave it there for a minimum of 2 weeks, but the longer, you know, 4 to 6 weeks even, the longer you leave it, the more it's going to infuse the oil. So that's the longer way to do it, and that's a really great way, and I will be doing that some, but right now, for today and for what I need, I am going to go ahead and just do the quick.
I need Hope.
Hope's sleeping. You found her passy? Yeah, she's asleep. She doesn't need it right now, but thank you. Okay. All right, you're going to have to hop down so they can see what I'm doing over here. Oh, hi, miss. All right, hop down. They've been outside with Daddy, and now they're inside with me.
We went down the creek.
You went down by the creek?
Yeah.
Wow.
On Daddy's tractor.
On Daddy's tractor. Okay. All right, today I'm going to infuse lavender flowers, chamomile flowers, and calendula flowers. All of these are really great for the skin, for different things, soothing and that sort of thing. So I am, and as far as measurements go, you can measure by weight and be really, you know, really particular with it and all that. But for what I'm doing for this, you know, you don't really have to be that precise. I'm just gonna put some in. You want to be able to cover your herbs with about an inch of oil. You want it that way. And some herbs are going to absorb more oil, so you might find in a few minutes you let it sit for a minute and you might find that you need to add more oil. So for now, it's okay. She can be on the chair with you.
Mommy.
So I'm going to.
I don't want her
Well,
well,
she wants to. Let's let her, okay? Let's be sweet. Okay? And now I'm going to do the chamomile flowers over here.
Go.
They're chamomile flowers. Smells really good in here right about now. All of these smell wonderful.
I got milk.
Yep, can you step back so they can see me pour them in the jars? Here, you stand right here. Good job, baby. And then the lavender. Lavender's pretty strong. And I don't want to use up all my herbs at one time, so I'm just going to do about that much there. I've spilled and made a little bit of a mess, but that's okay, because we all know I'm messy in the kitchen. It's not a secret. Put these over here. All right, and then I am using organic olive oil. You can use avocado oil, you can use fractionated coconut oil, you can use almond oil, you can use jojoba oil, you can use,
Mom.
I don't know. You can use lots and lots of oils, but I prefer to use, I've used avocado oil a lot.
Mom, you
Hey, baby.
me off there.
I know, you've got Hope's Passy. Let me have that. Okay.
Do you want me to put
So
it
I'm going to just, yeah, go put it in Hope's room. I'm just going to start pouring the oil in. I'm letting it soak in really good because, like I said, the flowers are going to, you know, absorb a lot of this. Your herb, maybe, you know, dried herbs are going to absorb. If you're making an infused oil, you can use fresh herbs, but you're definitely going to want to wilt them for at least a few hours before you do your infusion, before you add your oil, because the problem with fresh is that there's obviously water in them still, the water content, and water and oil don't mix well, and so you don't want your infusion to end up spoiling. So I just prefer to use the dried herbs because then I don't have to worry about that. But say I needed to make a plantain salve really quickly, and I didn't, you know, I could let them sit out for an hour or two, and the plant leaves and wilt, and then make a salve. Plantain grows prolifically here, wildly, and we've used it on cuts to stop bleeding and things like that, and it really is one of those wonder herbs. It's amazing. And I had planned to pick some and dry it so I can make some salves, and I have not. Let that settle. Did not do it, and now it's probably all dead because of the weather. But next year I will get some. I'm using a lot of my olive oil up here because I'm doing several different herbs. And the herbs are actually starting to float, so I'm just making sure that they would be covered. I'm going to let these sit for a minute and make sure that there's plenty of oil over them. You want to make sure they're covered. These chamomiles are absorbing a lot of this oil. So, and that's it. I used up my entire bottle of olive oil. Oops. We have avocado oil and coconut oil left, so we're good for cooking. I'm going to now I'm going to actually put them in first. I'm going to put them on a pan just so I don't risk them flipping over on the stove rack. So I'm just going to stick them in the oven. Let me have that one. Like so. There they are. And I'm going to close. I'm going to knock things down because that's what it is. And I'm turning the oven off. And I'm going to set my timer for 3 hours. And in 3 hours, they'll be done infusing. I'll make sure that they seem like they're fully infused with being very fragrant, and the oil will have pulled the color out as well. And then I'm going to strain them into clean jars. And we'll have infused oil. So we'll be right back in a few minutes with that. All right, I am back and ready to strain my oils. I've actually already strained my lavender and my calendula. And last but not least, I have my chamomile oil to strain. I have my stainless strainer with the little mesh, or stainless funnel with a little mesh strainer in it, I should say. So I'm just going to simply pour it, and I'm trying to keep my little strainer in place so I don't get much herbs left in the oil. There we go. And these flowers will absorb a lot of the oil, so I'm just going to let it strain like this for a long time, and then in a little bit I'll take a spoon and gently press the herbs to try to get as much of the oil out as possible. But that's it. It was really easy. Just took a little bit of time to start, and then I got to ignore it for a few hours and come back and strain it, and I'm done with that. And all I will do is I will make sure I label them, because I will not remember which is which if I don't. So I will label them with what they are and the date I made them, so I know. And then I'll store them in a cabinet or somewhere where they're out of direct sunlight. You want to store them in a kind of a cool, dark place so that they don't, too much heat and sunlight will just diminish the medicinal qualities and properties in the oils. So that's it. Super simple and easy. And now when I need to make some salve, which is I need to do really soon, I can just grab the oil I need, which I'm going to use my calendula next for my salve, and it'll be ready to go. I'll just throw it in and mix my salve, and we'll be good to go. We'll be set. So anyway, that was really easy, and I hope it encouraged you to step out and try to make some of your own infused herbal oils.